Kermit and Bleak. It's actually a hard thing to do when I'm first starting the stream. So I was just kind of looking at everything we don't have. How do I not have a Chinese sleeper either? That's pretty weird. It's probably, that was a Bleak anyway. Rise, it is 10:17 in the morning right now. Alright, I guess let me just focus on this. We'll announce the stream and all that kind of stuff in just a minute. But it is morning time. If we're going to get a nice Bleak or Frog, it'll probably be now, right? Oh my goodness. That's got to be a Frog. Oh. That's what I'm saying. I've got to be on this. It happened so quick. Might actually be questionable to have 3 out here. Let's see. I think that's 2. Oh, these nibbles. Neither one of these are frogs, though. That was a Bleak. What's up, Marcel? I don't know what BST is. It's 319 BST. The Bleak bite actually makes this very difficult. Maybe that's why I think we should go size 18 hooks on all 3. Because I think that will still be okay with Frog, but it might take some of the Bleak out of the mix. It won't completely remove them, but might help. What's up, Laza? It's British summertime. Oh, interesting. It's summertime here as well. OBS is green, but I have dropped a few frames, so I don't know what's going on with it. I'll keep an eye. I haven't had that problem in a while. Oh, it's frog, right? When it goes like that. I like that there's not a size requirement to turn frogs into bait. If you catch a frog, you've got bait, you know? Okay. Yeah, I normally like to catch bleak. Right now we're trying to avoid the bleak for the frogs, but it's tough. They like the same bait. What's up, Inna? Joe Tech, how's it going? It's a bleak. Oh, that's true. We'll see how many bait fish bleak we get. We could go try to catch Volgazander again. That's not what I'm trying to do though. I'm actually trying to get a trophy frog. And not doing very well, by the way. This is the most awkward casting spot. What's up, Big Cheese? Yeah, we're fishing for frog. Fishing for frog and catching bleak. But I think there's probably better spots to get the bait fish bleak. Like there's a good spot at Belaya right now. That spot at Winding that we did yesterday. We're just not getting that many bleak that are the right size. Is this going to be a morning only spot? Morning and evening, probably. For frogs, that is. Alright, that's probably a frog, right? Oh no, it's a big fish. Little chub. Oh man. When I'm reeling in my fish now, my rod is very bouncy and jerky. This only started today. What? I was trying to get trophy frog is what I was hoping for. I have no idea what that is, Dan. Talking about in Norway? Like, is this Norway gear? What is a golden tench? It's a golden version of the tench. It's a rare tench. Blood says same for me. And yours just started today too, Blood? What's your opinion on a brisket? I'm not a big fan of brisket. It's my least favorite of the like barbecue meats. At least that I can think of. It's been like that on small fish. No worries. It's normal. 1,400 hours. First time you've come across this. It's been happening to me for a while. Not seeing anything on my laptop. Anywhere it's happening before, reel in, repair, tried the same thing. What's up, Flavis? No, that's a small golden tench. I think trophy size is like up around 4 maybe. Did you get that at Mosquito or Bear? They're very rare at Mosquito. They're a little less rare at Bear. Alright, this is like the worst time of day. Let's just pull it in for a minute so I can look and see what's happening today, decide where we're going to fish. Let me look at Discord. I haven't announced the stream yet, and also I just want to see, like, there was very little. There's just not been a lot of posts on VK in the last, I don't know, day or two about Norway. There's been a couple things here or there, but nothing super helpful or interesting. Kind of the same old, which is fine. I mean, we can just go fish 34. We can go try to find some big fish again. Like, that's fine. I just was curious what people were up to. All right, so this is Babika Fisher down at 41. Got a really nice hake. Oh, and that's on Dead Safe. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So, Safe Dead Fish actually caught something good. By the way, I went back and fished for at that spot at 80 for, what's it called, Atlantic mackerel. For mackerel again after the stream last night for my happy hour, and I got up to 95.4, so I got 0.3% in an hour, and it's like 650 silver worth of mackerel. It was amazing. All right, so that's interesting. I mean, I don't know if it's repeatable, but it's interesting. All right, a pollock farm at 30. So was this today? No, this was 2 days ago. On salty fish, real shrimp. That's one thing I haven't probably used enough of. Is the salty fish. I haven't tried those enough yet. That is a ton of pollock. Wow. That's cool. What's up, wingers? No, this is my main account. We're trying to catch frogs. Victor Belmont, thanks for the follow. What's up, Mystic? The most people that have watched me, thousands. This is a long time ago though. I was playing Path of Exile on stream. This was like before Russian Fishing 4 it was even a thing. So at the time I was probably mostly playing Lord of the Rings Online, but every once in a while I would play Path of Exile. And the main Path of Exile streamer at the time, and he's still very popular to this day, he raided my channel. So for like the final hour of my stream, there were actual thousands of people hanging out. It was very unpleasant for me. It was impossible to keep up with chat. It was just very overwhelming, you know? It's not really what I'm going for, that kind of experience. Alright, let's see. What else we got going on here? Amber Fun. So some good wild carp. That was today. Wild carp and sturgeon, it looks like. Oh, shorthead. Shorthead. Okay, so how did they do? Let me see what the bite rate was like on these shortheads. People still catching trophies, huh? 84, 108. And let me see. The important part to me is bite rate. 2 minutes, 6 minutes. So it's a lot of wild carp mixed in. 2, 6, 12, 13, 18, 21, 23, 24, 25. Trophy. 34, 37 eyed. 41, 43, 43, 45. 47, 105, 110, 113. That's not bad. That's better. That's better than I've seen. All right, so, and it's 18, 15, crayfish, PVA. What do y'all think? I could do an hour and 15 of shorthead. It's good silver. The bite rate looks like it's not terrible at the moment. There's not a whole lot going on besides that, unless we want to go just sit and just chill at, you know, I mean, obviously there's always Norway. We'll get to Norway eventually, I think, but Lower Tunguska. Hold on, let me look at this. Siberian char loach. Is that something that's on this list? No. Okay. So that was just for fun, somebody called that? Just a fun trophy? It's probably one that I don't have, though. Lower Tunguska, 73, 105, 10 clip. I need to file that away because... Oh, someone caught a... Okay, hold on. Here's a Norway spot. I need to file that away because I've been wanting to go to Tunguska. Especially if there was like 2 or 3 different things we could try. Alright, so this was here. That's like at 99 depth. Blue tag haddock. On, let's see, pilker and squid, basically. The only downside of that kind of post is we have no idea what the bite rate's like. Alright, let's give this a little bit of a go. We're coming into the time where it could be good again. Is there anything we want to change on any of this? I think all this is fine. All right, let's just focus. What's up, Dandalorian's going good? Oh shoot, I don't see where it is. I've really got to focus here, chat. I'm sorry. I recommend this over Fishing Planet, but it is a complicated situation. A lot of that's going to depend on how much time you have. Do you want a deep simulation, or do you want a little bit more of a I wouldn't call Fishing Planet like arcade, like an arcadey experience. It still feels like it's leaning towards simulation, but not anywhere near as heavy as this one does. I think mechanically, the mechanics are better in this one, but Fishing Planet currently at least has more fish that someone that lives in North America is going to be familiar with. Although RF4 does seem to be in the midst of a more international approach in the fish that they're including in the game these days. Nice frog. They're both pretty grindy, but this one's way more grindy ultimately. So if the grind is a good thing, then this one again is a good option. If the grind is a negative thing, something you just put up with, then Fishing Planet's a better option. I don't know, you can have a lot of fun in both. Overall, this one is a long ways away. At least for me, this one is a long stretch better. It's not even close. Fishing Planet's not even my second favorite fishing game. But I'm not saying Fishing Planet's bad. Fishing Planet's good. I've had fun in Fishing Planet. I'll probably have fun in Fishing Planet again. But for me, it's not even close. Tunguska used to be my favorite map before Archie in the Sea. Yeah, Tunguska's great. And it's just been a long time since I've spent much time at Tunguska. So at some point, when there's like 2 or 3 different things we can do, it'd be cool to just go spend some time there. Either on stream or maybe in video form. We'll see. You play Call of the Wild the Angler. Yeah, that's definitely the more arcade experience, 100%. Yeah, if you want more realism, I'd go Russian Fishing 4. Oh, go Russian Fishing 4, 100% then. You're in Europe? Yeah, I don't think it's close. It's free to play. See if you like it, you know. It's worth exploring. And it's a pretty incredible time to like be checking out RF4. There's just a lot you can do right now with the Norwegian Sea Map. If you do want to throw a couple dollars at the game, you can go on these fishing trips where out to the sea where they provide all the equipment you need, and you get to go experience the like in-game fishing and also keep all the silver you make while you're there. So it's a big boost to your it really takes some of the grind out of it, at least early. So yeah, I mean, that would be my vote. So Russian Fishing 4 has a subscription service. It's like, it's optional, but it's referred to as being premium. It's really not something that you need to even worry about until much later, until you're much higher level and have figured out how much you really like the game. Basically, when you're trying to level up your skills, your higher level skills and stuff, it'll be it'll be especially helpful then, because it gets harder to level the higher you are on skills. So like when you're at 95% and you're trying to get to 100%, those skill points come very slow, and that's where if you are premium at that point, it helps. So you really can play this game free to play for a long time. You can play free to play for all the time, and a lot of people do that. I think some of the convenience and some of the ways that premium does help you is worth it if you can afford it, but not till you're much higher level, if that makes sense. So you really have plenty of time to play it and decide if it's the game for you. It is a lifestyle game, though. It's hard for me to imagine that if you really get into Russian Fishing 4, it's hard to have time for other games. At least, you know, I mean, you might go through phases where you kind of take a break from playing Russian Fishing 4 as much, but it's a pretty big time commitment to really get into it. Oh, man. What's the schedule today? Pytham says, nice one. Oh, yeah. It's just frustrating. Like, I mean, obviously I don't mind catching a trophy bleak, but I would have loved to have seen a trophy frog. It's the wrong trophy. Schedule today. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually just looking at that. I'm thinking we might go try to catch a short-headed barbel for an hour after this. Since we're not at Norway yet, we'll go maybe spend a little bit of time trying to catch a short-headed barbel, and if that doesn't work out, then I think it's stuck under the bridge, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe we should just go to Norway. Let's check the weather of Tuba, though. You've never caught a frog, you never float fish. That's amazing, Flavis. You wish it was co-op. So I guess what you mean by that, Goat, is you wish that you could see each other in game. I mean, you technically are. You can be in a party chat with other people. You can be fishing at the same spot. You can see that they're fishing at the same spot based on, you know, seeing their catches in the local chat. If you're not in a big chat with them, you can, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't see them. So you feel like you're fishing with other people, minus the visual, I guess. But yeah, that's a lot of people. I think if that ever came into this game, I think the consensus is, if it's even possible with the tech, I mean, I don't know, but the consensus is that most of the player base would only want that if it was something you controlled. Like, let's say you wanted to fish with 3 or 4 of your buddies, so y'all get into a group together and go. I think the consensus is we don't really want to have it where you just see like people running around randomly. $120 was good for me. $87 Greenland shark, 13 black rough. Let's see, Greenland shark, black rough. So is this like hunter and squid, I'm guessing? One of these days you should do a biggest safe comp. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Especially like right now when it's like Safe are so active at like 55, 41, 34. That would be fun. We can do that anytime. It's like not very often, but every once in a while a roach will hit your fly. That could be a I'd. It's too late, isn't it? Yeah, nice to see your friends. Yeah. There was a big sword cult. Is that what you're saying? 372. Goodness. What's up? Mary Jan, how's it going? A buddy jigging with you on Norway. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. On the boat. Thank you for helping me the other day. I'm now level 34 fishing at Norway with my Ocean Queen and Narga, but you're having fun. That's awesome. Good job. So Narga's working out for you so far? Alright. Yeah, the bite rate has totally died. It is now evening. Alright, so what are we saying? This was a, was this a weekly? No, was this an Oldberg USA bleak record? I'm guessing is what we're saying. Maybe ultralight? Oh yeah. So second biggest bleak USA server ultralight of all time at Oldberg. Interesting. Yo, what's up, Navy Chief? Okay. It's decision time, guys. Well, if we're turning this in, then we're not doing... Yeah, I'm okay with not doing... I think, you know, I was interested in if we ever go back, or when we go back to try Volgazander, I might try drifting for him this time. That actually seemed like that might be fun. Alright, so we want to turn these frogs into bait. I'm torn. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go to Norway next? I just wish there was like something at Norway that really stuck out as like, oh, this is going so well. That's the second person or second time I've heard something about 120, so maybe that's where we go. Let's see. Yesterday. 2 days ago. That's right. Yeah, you only get silver if you are first globally on a weekly. What are frogs good for catching? I'd say the most common thing I fish for with frogs is probably burbot, but sometimes you might have eel or you can catch catfish sometimes. I don't know. Pike. Yeah, pike. That's true. Frogs are good for pike. Oh. Are you trying to advertise? Are you trying to pull people away from my stream right now, Marcel? Narga is doing well. I didn't know what lurker to use, so I went back on your video and got the lurker 107. Yeah, that's probably a safe choice. It's going good, Mui. How are you doing? Okay, let's see here. So not a whole lot. I mean, you know, 34. This is what I'm seeing is that 34 is good, which we kind of knew that. It's an interesting idea on how to approach 34. I will say that. And $34 trophy sorry. Dead fish rig 41. I mean, it is tempting to try that. So there's a 6.0. It's all 6.0 hooks and safe and a small safe. You know, a lot of the recent spots have been about 34. It just feels like 34 has a lot of the attention right now. Okay. How much is that trophy bleak worth? 30 silver? It's not bad. You were doing good at 34. 81 in 2 hours. Colored octopus on all drop shots with 2.0 hooks. Wait. You had the, are you talking about the 23 squid, but you had them on 2.0 hooks? Is that what you're saying? I kind of want to go to 55 as well. Just see what we can catch at 55, but we'll start at 34 and then we'll probably go down to 55. Except I'm going to use squid this time. I was stuck on those last night. I was stuck on those giant silicone. Sometimes they work great. Sometimes they slow down a little bit. We'll start like this, then we'll probably move to all fluoro. The question is, what do we want to use at 34? There's so many options right now. I wish there was like a subscription service where you could have a full set of these squids sent to you once a I don't know, once an in-game day. No, once a real life day, and you get like a 50% savings or something if you subscribe for the whole bunch. They wear out so fast. Okay, so there's that. So what are we doing at 34? Oh, the octopus. So that would be like 2-0 hook and these. You were trying to get small fish. Yeah, I hope to, Mystic. I mean, it's going to come down to, can I pick, will there be on average like a couple of nights I get home from work and have enough energy to stream for a little bit? On the weekend, how many weekends will there actually be room for me to stream versus too much going on? That kind of thing. But I do hope to. Oh, let's see. $8.05. It's a little heavy already, but we're probably not keeping this on there. $8.00. How slow is this going to be, though? Oh yeah, we were just talking about the salty fish. Where did I see the salty fish? People using those. I don't remember. I mean, we know there's a lot of safe at 34, right? Go lurker. And then foam at night, maybe. So this kind of setup is going to allow think the lurker is going to end up catching a decent amount of fish with this setup. Just don't know. This might be too slow for 34, other than the lurker, obviously. We've got it down to a reasonable weight, though, so that'll work. All right, what's on this? I should have looked at this first. Oof. All right, we know that Sorry are doing well. What a weird time to try to catch Sculpin. Cusk. I mean, this actually points to kind of what you were saying about going for the bottom stuff, Dan. Sardines at 34. Is that what you're saying? So we want to get Sorry and Sardines. I wonder if they're both still active at 34 right now. So it looks like green. Looks like green and maybe... What is that? 7.508? We should put that on one. 7.508. Where is that one? And then green little guy. And then the dark one maybe. What do we have at the top? The other lurker. I think that's fine. All right, so let's pull up that cafe order so we know what we're aiming for. All right, at least this gives us something to focus on. All right, so 350 sardines, 4 150 sorry. That's normally two of the easiest orders in the game, if they're active at all. No, currently golden, you can only catch one fish at a time. Yo, Dead, thanks for the follow. Not too much. How are you doing? It's always fun when two people know each other from other streams or whatever in chat. Where are they playing today?
Minnesota. We now won this one.
3M Open. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. 80% harvest. This has taken a very long time. Yeah. All right, one down. One sorry down. One Canadian apology down. Good stuff. Good stuff, Mystic. It's been so long since I leveled up bait harvesting. I probably just don't remember what it was like there at the end. I mean, I feel like I did it in a couple of happy hours towards the end. But see, I did most of it before egg dough was a thing. And then my last, like, all of a sudden it became like, you know, there was this like rumor like, oh, you should just do egg dough. It's cheaper. Just, you know. And so I like finished off the last 15% or something on just egg dough. Oh my goodness. We are 3 for 3. 3 for 3 on these sorries. I don't know if we're going to get any sardines, but we've almost finished the sorry. Are you free to play, Dan? Don't see getting it to 100%. It's pretty cheap to make egg dough, though, isn't it? I mean, I know I made hundreds of thousands of egg doughs. Maybe like 100,000 egg dough. I don't know. It was a lot of egg dough. But I did it just really quick over the course of a happy hour or two, and it was done, you know? I think I overbought. Is that what... Is there salt in this? Yeah. So this was the problem. I overbought salt. It looks like I have 1,434 salt. I actually have way more than that because I've got some stored in my house as well. All right, that's all of the sorry. We have not seen a single sardine. If I was down at 80, we would be catching sardines like crazy. I feel like I just skipped the sardines. I mean, yo, Dan, nice river mussel. Oh, is that it? Is that it? At Winding? Oh, I don't want to leave Norway, but I need that at Winding. $40,000 egg dough. Yeah, and like I said, like I was, I didn't start egg dough when you're supposed to, but I do have 213,000 egg dough. I think I made a lot of honey dough as well. Yeah, I've got 2,386 honey dough, and honey dough is expensive to make compared to egg dough. Getting ground bait and bottom to 100% was a real pain. Oh, I imagine. Oh, that was an accidental tuba mussel. Okay, so not Winding. That makes me feel a little better. Nice one, though. All right, so sardines are good at 30 as well. I'm just half tempted to skip the sardines just because I want to see how 34 responds to this. This rig we created. It's also good mixing it up. Cutting fish pieces, saithe, mackerel for some free points for bait harvesting. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know like what the points chances are, but that would be really tempting if you're working on bait harvesting these days to, especially within the context of a happy hour, just like cut up a ton of saithe and mackerel just to see if that does it. Okay, this is way too slow. If nothing else, we want to put a heavier, maybe the Lurker 200 on there. Take this stuff off so it sinks faster. It's already sinking slower because we have the squid and the gummy eel on there. But this is too slow. We gotta do something to speed up the drop here. I mean, I'm hoping we'll catch on average a little bit higher quality fish than normal with this setup at 34, but we're still gonna catch a lot of small stuff because it's 34, so yeah, we can't have it going this slow. Your rod is still doing the weird stuff. Weird jerky stuff. Okay. I have not, I can't think of what you're talking about. I don't know that I've seen it. You have 40% wear on rod. Like on your line guides or what? Wow, not getting perking at all. We have to, I mean, I guess it's the setup I'm using, but you got to really be aggressive to get that perking. All right. Let's see if we can make some changes to get this to drop a little faster. I'm going to keep the Lurker 100 on with the different attraction elements, see if that helps enough before we move to Lurker 200. I don't want to make this setup too slow of a bite rate. So we're going to do fire stick and fire tube. Normally that helps a little bit, but let's see if it counteracts those big squids we have on there. All right, so that safe can be turned into, nope, can be turned into, yeah. The line guides, I don't know. I've never used something with that low of line guides before, so I'm not sure. All right, how slow is it dropping? It's still really slow. I don't know actually if actually the change in the lurker will help that much. Is double the weight on the lurker going to make that much of a difference? Also too heavy. Slightly too heavy. What do you think the purpose of this is? What if we take that off? Yeah, then it works. I can't say that that's much faster of a drop rate though. So, Sneaky, do you think double tapping actually makes it drop faster, or do you think it just makes the line animation spin faster? But to answer your question, I am sometimes doing that. I've tried to get out of the habit of always doing it. All right, so we're starting to get a couple fish. Let's see what's going on what. The first safe was the Lurker 100. It's kind of what we expected. The second, the haddock was the Gummy Eel 8005. And that's what the dogfish was on as well, 8005. Okay, interesting. We got to keep an eye on this. I was wondering, with these big squid, is this going to have the best bite rate? And if it does, are we going to like what we're catching on that? Or is that going to be the part of the rig that we, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so you think it definitely is faster. Yo, Anarchy, thanks for the raid. How was your stream? You think it helps drop straight down rather than drift too far away from the boat? Oh, interesting. Thanks again for the raid. All right, small safe. That came in on the Lurker 200. I'm trying to decide. I think I'd kind of rather have the lurker 100 with the fish on there if it's not making that much of a difference in the drop. Let's try it again. That is one small safe. That's kind of like the size safe that what's his name called the super rare hake out in 41. I do think it's noticeably different. Nice trophy safe. Noticeably different with the lurker 100 versus 200. That weight does seem to matter. I was hoping it was close enough not to matter, but I think it is mattering. We're still getting a good bite rate. Oh, nice. Getting some good catches up there. I've almost drifted over there myself. The idea that if you close the bail, then open the bail again manually, it is dropping slightly faster. It reminds me of the days of like using match rods and doing a ton of float fishing at Tunguska. That's another time when you would do that. You would throw it out, and then double tap enter as it starts to drift down the river. All right, so Sculpin was on the lurker. Maybe that's a reason to go back to lurker 200. Haddock was on the lurker. So if we use lurker 200, we are not using fish piece or small fillet unless we decide to do something down here to make one of these lighter. Or we could take the auxiliary hook off. That might be an option if that's enough weight to actually make it work. Oh, if you don't clip the match rods. Oh, is that why we were doing it? I didn't even remember. I knew there was a reason. That takes the clip off so that they don't get stuck at 17 meters or whatever as they're drifting. I forgot that, Mystic. It's one of those things where, like, I just knew that was something you're supposed to do. I couldn't remember why. All right, let's see what did that come in on the lurker. Yeah. All right, we're making a change. I really don't want to catch Sculpin on this setup. Oh yeah, we're gonna try it without this to see if it's too heavy. I mean, if we catch Sculpin, it better be nice ones, you know. Okay, so it's still a little too heavy even without the auxiliary hook. And if we take that stuff off, oh, still too heavy. Wow, we're really pushing it on weight, huh? Well, if we're gonna do that, yeah, I think it's fine. We don't need the fillet. Fillet optional. I don't know how many lurkers I have at the 200 range. Now I might have the lurker 100 red. Oh, I do have the 200. Okay, yeah, we could try the reds. That's fine. I kind of like the 200 though right now because with these squids, I just don't want it to drop too slow. This isn't like we're fishing on our big stuff where the quality of fish we're catching is so good that it's worth a slow drop, you know? We kind of know what we're going to catch here. We're just trying to push the numbers up towards a little higher average per fish or something. Without killing the bite rate, hopefully. Which, you know, so far, we've not caught a single fish that I'm aware of on the squid. Which begs the question, you know, how long are we willing? I mean, if you don't catch a fish on them, why do you have them on? But we haven't been fishing that long, so we can give it a little bit longer. You cast 40 to 45% without clip, and it's been great. Oh, that's cool. One thing that I don't like is when I switch to the red lurker, or switch anything, I always have to go back and do all this again. Now, in this case, we probably do want to change because of the color, but I just wish that didn't always reset those things. Oh, nice. Black Carper. Great. Whew. I think with everything I have on there, this is just too slow. This is where the blue lurker at least has such a good bite rate that it makes up for. What's up, Twizza? I'm surprised you can even have this low a bite rate at 34. This is not the answer. And at night, I think I'll switch it to jigging. All right, let's go back to normalcy here. Recommendation the other day, 55 using jack spot 125. Say strips made some really good silver. Is that right? Just very consistent. Y'all are smart. Y'all are smart with that kind of stuff. Guess I should reset up that, make that setup again. Have you been doing, have you been going lower leader size? Or have y'all been doing 60 out there on that? Because I'm going to go to 55 either way for my big setup. So I might cast the small setup some too, or the smaller setup some too. 60? Okay. Yeah, I'll just switch this one to that then. It's cool because it's kind of like you're treating 55 like we normally treat 34 or 41 and having really good results. Oh, that's right, Mystic. I forgot that. That was like pre-lurker days. There weren't many pre-lurker days, but there were a few. I gotcha. This is too slow. No matter what I do at 34, I think it's too slow right now for the quality of fish we're catching. Maybe I should have gone just straight jigging rig sooner or stayed with small fish. All right, see you, Navy Chief. Have a good day at work. Something like that, right? Yeah, Twiza, I am wanting to. I have not gotten to it recently, but I'm wanting to. Oh, is that right, Dan? So, Flabus, you don't have drop shot yet, right? Trying to decide if it's worth having drop shot on there or if I should just try it without drop shot at 55. And how long do I have left to turn in this sorry order? What about you, Twiz? Are you playing Fisher Online at all? How have you liked it? Has that map gotten better? Do you like the improvements? What do you think it was, Flavis? It's massive, and the car is nice to get spots of the fish. You actually travel in the car? Oh, I need to at least log in and check out. I didn't know the map had gotten that big. Wow. Well, on this setup, the bite rate has returned. I should check and see what all these fish are biting on. The bond, it's the bond. Tiny fish also. But that bond is going off. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, Labus. So this bond seems like, and I bet it's doing this at 55 too, catching a ton of saithe, huh? I mean, other stuff too maybe, but I can tell it's just like the saithe are hitting it. Wow. That's actually a nice spiny. Look at the bond catching that spiny. Holy cow. That's like the first silverfish we've caught today. Oh, you're making a lot of the silver off of cod? Bond. Well, if you want to catch saithe, come use that bond at 34. How does it do overnight? Does it still do pretty good overnight? Or do you switch to like a jigging rig or something? You got a night. You talking about squid? Zach, same way, 24/7. Okay. Ooh, look at this place. Man, what was that on? Okay, that was on the 04. Okay. I had something take my 45 line like a torpedo. Pretty consistent day and night. Okay, interesting. This will be fun then at 55. We'll rotate between this setup for quick bite rate and our big setup for hopefully some big fish mixed in too. That'll be good. Oh, nice mackerel. What did that come in on? Okay, the 01. I kind of like this little setup we're using though. this bite rate right now. Oh, getting points is always such a big bonus. It's a money fish again. Almost 3 kilo place. I think it's 2, isn't it, Flavis? I want to say it's 2. Safe. Well, this has re-energized my confidence in 34. Wow. Nine fish in 5 minutes. The 01. Tiny fish caught that place. I think the tiny fish are sneaky good here. All right, let's head out to 55. Let's turn in this order real quick. Oh, that'll give me a chance to go grab my salad for lunch. I also want to look at the some of these soft baits to make sure I don't want to change up the rig one more time. The bottom of the rig before we get to 55. The 08 is what's doing it. All right, so we have the sorry order to turn in. And I think we've avoided the cusk. We're sitting at 370. Such good silver for those. All right. I want to look at the soft plastic lures. So the 04 maybe. And the 5 or the 3? Maybe the 3. So this is something else we could try. I wonder what hook size we can use on those. Probably 6 is fine, right? Let's see. All right, so the 04. And the three. Oh, also, we could go back to the huge minnow. The 9 has been so good. Maybe the 01. Alright, so like green and orange. Green and yellow. So something like that. I mean, we'll just see what kind of fish, if anything, those are catching. We already know the bond is going to be such a good bite rate that I feel like down here we can slow the bite rate down and try to just get higher quality fish occasionally. You mentioned cod. It might be worth thinking about how could we lean into the cod. Is there any like random... Yeah, like this. The 250.06. Fish 250.06. Fisk 250.06. Is that what it was? Yep. It's like white and red. It's kind of cool. All right, so what are we going to take off? Let's take off this one. And we'll do white and red. So a little different colors now across the board. All right, I like it. We've got some good options. I think this will be some good experimentation, but also we're still going to be catching probably pretty good bite rate, good fish. We've got a big setup, and then that setup will switch between at 55. So I'm going to go grab my lunch really quick while we're traveling out there. Let me just get past the islands. Donnet rough on winding is always nice. It is always nice. I wish I could catch a trophy. Cod and Cusk mainly. And Saith, of course. Yeah. Trophy Cod have come out at 55 recently. A little bit of halibut. What was I looking at that somebody had? Somebody had like cod, squid, trophy at 55 recently, like at the, together, you know, like one after the other. Alrighty, I'll be right back. We're a little off course, chat. Nice Gibble trophy. We've gotten a little off course. Trophy Sculpin. Cafe order, I believe. I believe that's a cafe order. If I'm not mistaken, there is 2 Sculpin orders. One of them trophy, one of them is 4 at 1.6. I could be mistaken though. Yeah, that sounds like good result there, Moy. Did you notice? Was there a were you catching fish, a pretty high percentage of fish on the Gummy Max? Yeah, sorry y'all. I'm almost done with my lunch. I'm like 75% there. It's just a salad. It's hard to eat it fast, but um, yeah, Jigmeister. That's a great lure, so that doesn't surprise me. Um, it's pretty cool though that the barbel have stayed strong this long, but super rare. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, sorry about that. Mental note that some things are just faster to eat than others. All right. So using the big setup, we've gotten some okay fish. I mean, I don't know if you noticed that hake was almost trophy size. Like, I mean, it was just on the bigger side. We have had some spinies. 6.4 for the hake. The first fish was a place out here. So I'll use the big setup one more time, and then I think during the like middle afternoon where it can be so hard to get a bite rate on the big setup especially, that's where we'll pull out that bond setup and experiment with that one a little bit. Should be interesting. Yes, I use VK. So for what it's worth, here's Blunty's website. This has the links to all the different VK spots. If you do want to go just straight to VK for some reason and not go through the links of different water bodies, that's VK in general. Also, Discord has more and more become a good spot. You can join my Discord, the official RF4 Discord. Other people have Discords where, you know, people are kind of posting what they're catching, where they're catching it. I still think overall VK just has so much information across the board. It's probably worthwhile, but it's getting to the point where Discord is at least like catching up on, you know, like at this point, maybe I get 20% of my ideas off Discord and 80% off VK, where it used to be like 99% VK. VK is what you use every day? Yeah. Yeah, VK is great. And you get used to how to use it. Like some people probably that don't get used to it, you could easily like use it the wrong way. In other words, somebody could post a trophy where they catch somewhere, and you could think like, oh, that must be a good spot to go fish. Not necessarily. Like just because a trophy is possible somewhere doesn't mean it's a good spot to go fish overall. So kind of like reading between the lines on some of the VK posts and seeing what the full net's like and that kind of thing. It's more useful once you kind of learn what you're looking for and what you don't want to get sidetracked. Some people end up feeling like, oh, that's, you know, the spot doesn't work for me, or it's like it must be region specific or whatever. I don't actually think that's true for the most part, but there is RNG involved and weather changes, and you also kind of have to get used to figuring out what's what on VK. You're harvesting baits. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got to get that energy up. Use VK with great care. Yes. Yeah, that's right, Flabbus. All right, so it's 1:30. Let's see what this is. We just caught that wolffish, which was nice, but let's see what this fish is. I think I'll switch to the other rig for a little bit and just kind of see what we're catching on it. Oh yeah, this is perfect timing. All right, so as a reminder, we're now switching. So on the big rig, we had hunter and then a variety of squids. We're now switching over to this Bond 125.7. So we've gone from hoping to get big fish, but not really getting big fish, to a Bond setup where the Bond should have a really good bite rate. And so we're hoping that the drop shot part of the rig may just occasionally catch something nice, but mostly we're relying on the Bond to do its thing out here. So we'll see how this goes. And we'll switch back and forth, especially based on the time of day on that big rig. This way we can avoid some of the slowdown moments. Yeah, and I'm using a very non-conventional drop shot right now, so we can also test it with a more standard drop shot if we need to. I just think this Bond is so active, I'm not sure it's going to matter what I have down there. A lot of the time, the bites are going to go to the Bond. Ooh, nice pollock. Would love to see lots of pollock. So the pollock was on the Bond. What's up, Cassavir? I should get a second cup of coffee. I had a cup of coffee earlier, but I might get some coffee in a little bit. It's a good idea. So first of all, I'm noticing because we went from the big setup that has that really heavy, which has that really heavy hunter on there to help drop. This Bond setup, we are dropping a lot more slowly. Does this look like it's dropping about how fast yours is, Flabus? Or is this the drop shot that's slowing it down, I wonder? I mean, all this stuff makes it drop a little more slowly too, right? Biggest fish of the day, question mark? Oh, definitely slower? Okay. Well, that's a problem then. That's not something we want to see. Drop shot, slow it down, I guess. So this is what? Decent size Saith or Cusk? I don't even know. But it is decent. Oh yeah, cod. We're going to catch a lot of cod out here. That's what y'all were telling me, right? You're on your way to unlock Fly Trap. Hold on, let me think about this. Are we talking about Fisher Online and you're doing what you have to unlock that type of trap? Is that what you're saying? What's up, McCugan? Nice. So you'll have all 3 traps going? Okay, so that cod was on the Bond. So what's the point of having these slow? If these are slowing us down, we don't want these on there. Been mashing bleaks and frogs for achievements. Chub and eyed on grasshopper are next. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking this drop shot off. You love Poland. Interesting. What have you figured out in Poland? Like, do you mean with the fly fishing or what? It's not something I normally hear people say about that map. Are you at the 80? No, I'm actually at the 55. What am I trying to... Fly fishing is beast, especially in Switzerland. What map is Switzerland? Can't think. Are you talking about a map or are you talking about just like in general? What are you trying to catch? Really just going for catch rate. We've been switching it up with a bigger setup and then this smaller setup out at the 55. Just trying to get some good fishing in, see what we can run into. Yeah, okay. Let's see how much faster it is without the drop shot. The Alps. Do I know that map? I don't know why I can't think of what that is. Oh, nice, McHugan. Did you see that somebody caught a super rare hake on a dead fish, a small dead fish saith down at 41? I thought that was interesting. It's less grindy. Yeah, Fisher Online is definitely less grindy. So I thought about trying that too. It depends on how it goes out here. I might stay at 55. I only have about an hour and a half left. Or an hour and 20 actually. I gotta remember what map you're talking about though. So you love to fly fish on Poland and also the Alps map or whatever it is. That's what you're saying. Oh, we're right on the edge here. We actually need to reposition. All right, this bite rate is great, which is what y'all have been saying. Yeah, so this just kind of helps us get through the hot part of the day where the big rig slows down. There's a boat and you can buy 3 rods. Oh, is that the first place where you can get the stronger fly fishing stuff? What's up, Matrix? I'm doing well. How are you? All right, where am I right now? Oh, is this oh gosh. All right, this is Serbia. All right, first of all, let's look really quick, guys. I'm not going to stay in this game for long. I'll probably play this later. We'll see, but hook sizes have been changed. So we have 0, 1, 2. Oh, they say size on here. Okay, so size number 5. Oh, these are just the old ones. There's new hooks. That's what y'all are saying? All right, we need to move, actually. All right, check store. Hooks. Wait, are the old hooks gone? Okay, so 24, 22. So these are more familiar. Like if you come from RF4, these hooks make more sense. So the largest size are 4/0 on those particular ones. What are these hooks, by the way? 24/0. What kind of hook is this? A Funa shark? There's the jig head. Funa boil power? What is this? This is for carp fishing? These are literally, these are shark hooks? That's amazing. Upper left. What do you mean upper left? Oh, upper right. Yeah, yeah. 24 is anchor size? Yeah. Large marine fish, including sharks. That's amazing. That's awesome. All right. The other thing I wanted to check out really quick before we... this is a newer map. I've only been here one time. Switzerland Alps is a newer map. I don't really know that map very well. I did a daily there one time. It's all about spin fishing and fly fishing, right? Everything is spin fishing and fly fishing. And is this the one that got redone? Russia Pechora? Every hook has from 52 kilo to 300 kilo. A 24-0 hook? Okay, McHugan, I will. Oh, that's awesome, Dan. Oh, I didn't realize. I forgot this. There's actually a Norway map in this game, but I haven't even unlocked it yet. I wonder how similar it is. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I gotta look into more about those hooks. That's pretty cool, though. Oops. Alright, let's go to our big setup again. Let's see what we get this time. Alright, 24-0 hook. And look at images. Oh my goodness. It's as big as your hand. Yeah, there's not a whole lot in the world you can fish for with that size, is there? Sharks and swordfish mostly, huh? That's crazy. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, quick bite. That's promising. That's awesome, Dan. So what's the depth there? It's like 72 or so. All right, 4.2 haddock, not bad. And you said you're catching most on the drop, right? And the other thing that Dan's doing is using these octopus, the small octopus, and I think he said the blue one's doing the best, right? Tell you what, one thing I noticed when I was muted and eating lunch is if I just do perking here with my big setup and then stop perking, let it just sit in the bottom for a minute, that's when I get a lot of my bites. Not so much if I just let it sit in the bottom indefinitely, although that might work too, but if I perk and then stop, and then if I don't get a bite, perk again and then stop, that kind of thing. Red lurker, colored octopus. Yeah. So let's see. Wolffish was probably on one of the squid. Yeah, the O3. Haddock was on the O3. Yeah, I just don't think it's necessarily the right move to just continue perking over and over and over again if you're not getting a bite. I think stopping, restarting, changing the depth, all that probably helps. You pass that spot all the time and always has a lot of fish on the sonar. Yeah, I think you mentioned that. Might have been yesterday. Recently, you mentioned that. Seeing all the fish on the sonar there. Ooh, that's a nice wolffish. That's 2 wolffish in a row. It's funny, you can tell there's lights outside the boat, but you can't ever see the light because it turns off when you get off, when you turn the... Wait. Wait. What are those from? Maybe there's not lights? What are those reflections from? I'm confused. It can't actually be from those, can it? Because... I mean, there are three. There's a light on each windshield, right? A reflection of a light. Is it just the moon on reflected on each one? Just the light part of the moon? What's up, Beetroot? Or Detroit? Light source issue in the engine. I don't know, it's weird though. Well, thanks for stopping by. Sounds good, Beetroot. Thanks for the support. Alright, so this is where we just let it sit for a minute. Get perking going, now let it sit again. Yeah, big fish in top layer, I see that. Probably an Opa? So do the shapes of the fish, I wonder if they're actually meant to represent a certain species of fish, or are they just meant to represent, are they just representing different sizes of fish? Is 120 still active? I don't know. I guess that's what I'm here to find out. Just size? Okay. So if you see a big fish, it could be a shark or it could be anything with that size. Active bite rates, 34. Dan's been fishing just northeast of 34. Nope, northwest of 34, sorry. This little spot here. 55 is active, 41 is active. If you haven't already, you might want to try jigging rigs, not just perking. Pilker. I'm at 120 Flabus. This at times has some pretty good fish in it. Grosy just caught a trophy halibut down here within the last day or so. It can be hit or miss down here. This is where I had my trophy cod. One of the biggest Greenlands I've caught was caught down here. So this can be a good spot for big fish, but it can also be slow. I don't know. I actually don't know, Flabus. I feel like the only time I've had a really big fish is when my hook snapped 2 days ago. I mean, really big. I mean, we caught the Greenland shark over 100 kilos and that kind of thing. But in terms of like really big, I snapped that hook on something nasty. But besides that, I'm just not sure. Trophy bluelings have been gotten here before. Okay. I do remember bluelings here. Yeah, it was weird, Flabus. It was partially my fault. So I had OBS set up to start a recording in case because I was fishing for big fish. In case I hooked into something big. I hook into something big, and so like with my other hand, I'm like, starting to hit record on OBS, and so then I'm like back to trying to fish this fish. Well, somewhere in that moment, it went from like a normal, really heavy pull to all of a sudden it just bounced through the roof red and popped and said, "Your hook is broken." And then I looked on my setup, and everything was still there, except the auxiliary hook was gone. So I guess it hooked into the auxiliary hook, and then that hook was the weakest link, and it just snapped. Is what it seemed like, but I don't know. That's me with the Saith. Okay, gotcha. Those are some nice Saith. Yeah, that's right. At least didn't break rod or reel. For sure. Oh, and didn't even lose lure or didn't lose the drop shot. I mean, it could have been a lot worse, right? It actually was fine. It just, I hate to miss the big fish. I have no idea. I think I would get whichever one I thought looked the coolest. Enough people, there's enough of a split between the two reels that my interpretation of all that noise is that they're both good. So probably whichever one you think looks the best. Because if you're getting an anniversary reel, it's expensive. It's gold only. Mostly, like, you want the reel to be good, and it will be, but mostly it's like you're getting that special skin, right? I've never used the Imperial. The only one I've used is this one, the Reef Borealica. And this has been great. I'm sure the Imperial's great too, though. He broke a TI rod. Was he overloading it for beluga or something, Flabus, or what? Something to handle the fish. Because I only play with Alt F4. What does that mean? Alt F4. You only play with Alt F4. He was going for the beluga. Yeah. They both handle the fish. There's like 5. I think there's like 4 or 5 reels that all cost within, what, 20,000 silver of each other or something like that. They can all handle the biggest fish relatively well. There might be a few exceptions, but the chances of you hooking into the fish that are exceptions is so slim. And if they introduce bigger fish in the game, I think they'll introduce bigger reels. Like right now it says it can go up to conventional 60. So I think we've got bigger reels that they could put out in the game eventually, but we'll see. So, physician, you like the Borealica better than the Imperial? Is that what you're saying? Or not necessarily? Yeah. Sorry, I was asking physician. I wasn't talking to you, Wicked. I was asking physician if he prefers the Borealica over the Imperial. Stay on there. Stay on there. No, 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 no. This fish is going to be the end of us. Holy cow. Just nice and slow right now. Just nice and slow. Sorry, Chad, I just can't look right now. I'm not convinced that this fish doesn't have the ability to pop whatever the weakest part of our setup is. Hook, leader, whatever. It may not be able to, but I'm not convinced. It's been a while since it pushed it into the red, so we're probably okay on that front. My main concern right now is just not wanting to let it get off the hook. We were so close to losing this fish at the beginning because it swam 10, 15 meters straight up into the water. It was so hard to catch up with it with this reel. Well, if we started at 120, we're halfway there. But honestly, we started at 105 by the time we caught up with the fish. Or something like that. So now I just don't know. Now I just don't know. I agree, physician. Either one will be good enough for the biggest fish right now. You think Opa, Dan? Was this off the bottom? Yes, Python, this was off the bottom, not on the drop. This was on the bottom. For me, this is typically halibut. Even though I know it didn't start like a halibut, but... And if it is halibut, it's not as big as, you know, it's not a huge one. Based on what it feels like right now, but... We're getting there. We are getting there, chat. I mean, I would love to catch another trophy angler. I think this is a little big to be a trophy angler. I could be wrong, though. It could have just been, it just could be strong. I mean, I assume it's halibut, and so a lot of this is because of its weight. If it's just because of its strength, and it's not actually that big of a fish, then maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm very confused on what this is or what size it is. Like, it's not, even though initially it had that huge pull, it was very scary, very, very fast, hard to catch up with twice. Since then, it's been very lazy, normal. I mean, yeah, if it's a cod, it's not even that big a cod necessarily. Potentially. I don't know. It was just off the bottom. I guess it could be a sword. It would just kind of be weird, right? I've had so few swords and only like two tuna. So I'm really like, I just don't have enough experience with those fish to... Yeah, doing well, and we are having fun today. How are you doing? Sword would be shaking like a shark, basically. Or... Although sometimes the big cods have a little bit of a shake too, right? That's the farthest it's pulled in a long time. Right here at the end. Yeah, I think it's a halibut, actually. It could be a rare fish, but if it's not that, then... That looked massive. It's definitely not a halibut. That's a trophy, isn't it? I think the last one I had was it 55? Or was it 60? I can't remember. The last trophy cod I had was not this big. And that was on the hunter, by the way. Not the squid. What's up, Iron? It didn't fight like a 60-kilo cod. I mean, I will say this. Oh, that was a record of the week. I will say this. When I first hooked into it, it was scary, like few fish are scary on this setup. So initially I was like, oh, this is something, this is massive. I mean, this is something special, you know? But after that, it kind of chilled out. It's been good, Iron. Yeah, it's been good. Whew. It's too bad we don't still have those COD cafe orders up. I don't know. Should I hold on to it at least till tonight? Is it worth... I mean, how much time's left on the trophy orders right now? 361 hours on the sculpin and 352 hours left on this mackerel. So probably not worth it. It's probably not going to happen. Man, that was a nice fish. That was so fun. Scary at first, but fun. Yo, thanks, Gray Fox. Yeah, currently it's the one that you see the most often. Obviously that'll change over time, but although what you see the most often right now are the squids. The hunter is the excuse to get it down to the bottom, but the hunter also occasionally catches really nice fish. To the point where I sometimes wonder, how would the bite rate be if I took the drop shot off and just fished with the hunter? But I worry it might just be too slow. I don't know. Something I keep meaning to try off stream for a bit and see what the results are like, but I just haven't. Yeah, I think that's smart, Flavis. I actually think that's smart. Those halibut, especially post nerfs, they're not worth the trouble of how long it would take to get it in if you don't have a setup for it. Yeah, that is nice, Casimir. Are you working towards anything in Fisher Online equipment wise? Is there anything that's on your wish list? Oh, on the auction house? Yeah. That's a good point. Gotcha. Oh, I don't know about that rod. Is that what you're supposed to go after shark with, or what? I've not even seen that yet. I don't know if that's not. I don't know if it's not on the maps that I've been to yet. It's upgradable. Okay. Yeah, I need to figure out. I have it. I'm a little out of touch with that game. Have you been to Norway? I really want to fish Norway on that game, but I don't know that I have the equipment yet for it. Yeah, and if you buy a map to it or whatever, you only have like a couple hours, right? The sea basser, gotcha. What's up, Okro? Do I ever use TI rods? I've never owned TI rods. Um, the point in which I might have thought about getting TI rods is, when Norway came out. Really, but actually before that, I was kind of didn't want to do it because I thought that fly fishing was going to come out next, and I thought it was going to be expensive, and so I didn't want to spend silver on TI rods. And you're right, I don't really ever go for the beluga, that kind of stuff. Especially when I'm working, my schedule just really doesn't work well to get into an unpredictable, 4 or 5 hour fish fight or whatever. I'm actually not sure, Flabbus. I mean, everyone seems to think that fly fishing is still planned, and that there's been hints that it's still being worked on, but I don't know if it's officially been talked about recently. So you get 2 hours for 10 tournament tokens. And there's probably not a ton of info. Those high level Fisher Online maps, like, there just aren't that many players. You know what I mean? Especially English speaking. Yeah, that's true, Blunty. Well, there's also been I don't know if it's official, but they've, had the posters of fly fishing equipment, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it is something that they were working on back in the day, and then it's probably just taking longer than they anticipated to get it right. Yeah, it's a money fish. It's a rare one, right? Yeah, I agree, Flavis. I mean, it seems like, logically speaking, you would think that fly fishing equipment would be relatively affordable, with, if it's like true to form, there being a high end, like extravagant, but really that's not about an increase in performance, I guess to a degree, but it's more about just like really fancy, made stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting how that plays out. Like in Fisher Online, the fly fishing stuff is actually some of the most affordable equipment in the game. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I guess they'll price it however they want to. I don't think it can be as expensive as like the C stuff is though. But I could be wrong. I want to know, I mean, I want to see if it does come out, how well integrated it is with all the different types of fish that are in the game. I mean, there aren't many places where fly fishing won't catch you something. Even out on the ocean, there's types of fly fishing that people do. But like, like float fishing is sort of kind of seems like mostly turned off for this map, so it might be that way as well. Oh, that's weird when two FGAs happen back to back in chat. There's only 50 players in this chat too. Yeah, those are the worst kind. Wait, what? Add a fish on? Yeah, me too, Flavis. And I am serious about my offer. Well, not only my offer, I mean, I may just decide to do it myself. At some point, we'll create a fourth chat. We will keep the spread going as much as we need to. Well, I'm going to be wrapping it up here, but I will say this 120 has turned into a pretty interesting. I mean, trophy cod, northern wolffish, and now squid. I may have to come back here later. That's interesting. Yeah, all those were at the 120. And using the normal setup with squid and hunter. Although I think I have the green squid on. 1, 2, and green. But the cod, trophy cod was on the hunter. Wolffish was on the 02. And the squid was on the 01, which is often the case for squid, it seems like. One of the squid. Yeah. 23 squid. I think I hold on to the COD at least till tonight, just in case. I don't think it's going to pop again, but yeah, we're getting there. These last 2 weeks have been phenomenal, even with a couple repairs here and there. The silver's just been off the chart. It's been good. All right. Hey, thank y'all for watching. I'll be around tonight. I won't get a second stream in today though. And we'll really have to see. I should be streaming Monday during the day. Probably not Sunday at all. And so tomorrow I may. It just depends on how the day goes. It just depends. So if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Monday. And if I don't get to stream over the weekend, I'll work on a couple vids or whatever. Tight lines, everybody. Thank y'all for the support and for being here. I'll see you next time.